Hello, welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rav Eliezer Melamed Shlit. We are moving along with our steps in the Seder, and the next chapter is Mitzvahs Amiras HaHallel B'Leil HaSeder, the mitzvah of reciting Hallel. Bisman shebeis HaMikdash hayekayom, hayeomrim Hallel be'es hakravas karban haPesach, v'chozin ve'omrim Hallel be'es achilaso balayla. In the time when the Beis HaMikdash stood, they used to say Hallel at the time when they brought the Paschal lamb sacrifice, and then they would say it again when they ate from that karban at night. The main reason for reciting Hallel on the night of Pesach is to say it in the form of shira, of song. For each Jew has to see himself or herself on the night of Pesach as if he or she left Egypt. And the natural outcome from that would be to sing and to give praise and thanks to Hashem for our redemption. So this Hallel is different from the rest of the year, for on the other Yomim Tovim and other times that we recite Hallel, this is for praise and thanks. And here on Pesach night, it is, aside from those things, it's also b'toras shira. It is for song. So the way our Hagadahs are structured, Chazal instituted that we should say part of the Hallel before the meal and part after the meal, so that in the middle of it is the eating of the Karban Pesach. And nowadays that we obviously don't have the Karban Pesach, nevertheless, the matzah that we eat is in commemoration of, aside from the mitzvah of eating matzah, but also part of the Karban Pesach, so it takes the place of the Karban Pesach. And in addition, in the first part, or the first half, we say the chapter of B'tzeis Yisrael, when the Jews left Egypt, chapter 114 of Tehillim, and this is a continuation of the recitation of the Hagaddah. And then when we complete that first half of the Hallel, and before we have the second cup of wine, we have the blessing on the redemption from Egypt, which is Geula. And therefore the other half of Hallel, or the second part of Hallel, which is recited after the meal, is a general song on all redemptions which took place and which will eventually take place. So the first part of Hallel is redemption from Mitzrayim, and the second is on all others. Another reason for separating the Hallel, dividing the Hallel, so that all 4 cups of wine, we're careful, or mahadir, to drink them all in the rubric of shira, of song. The first one is sung with Kiddush. The second cup is on the first part of Hallel. The third is for benching. And the fourth cup is on the second part of Hallel. So the Rishonim from the sages in the Middle Ages have the following query. Do we make a bracha on the recitation of Hallel on the night of the Seder? Some say that you should make the bracha actually 2 times. You do it before the first half of Hallel, and some say that no, we only do it 1 time. Also, we have a similar machlokas dispute as to whether we say in the bracha to likro as a Hallel or ligmor to complete the Hallel. And some say that we don't make a bracha at all on Hallel on the night of the Seder. Either because we divide the Hallel in half, and since it's divided, we don't make a bracha on such a Hallel. Or perhaps there are some who have the custom of saying Hallel in Shul at Mariv, on the night of Pesach. We don't have that minhag in our shul, but there are many shuls that do that. So since you made a bracha there, maybe you don't make a bracha again at the Seder. Or maybe because this Hallel is in the category of shira, of song, and since it's in a different category, we don't have a blessing. Lamaisa, practically speaking, hamenik shalol levarach al Hallel she'omrim b'lo haseder, v'yesh mevarin shehabracha al hagula olagam al hahallel. Practically speaking, we don't have this usual formula of bracha on Hallel. We just go right into it. And some say that the blessing that we make on the geula will also, on the redemption, will also go on the Hallel. B'chol hashana omrim Hallel ba'amida. Generally speaking, when we recite Hallel, we do so standing. B'pnei shehu edus l'shivcho shel makam, because this is testimony to the praise that we give to God. V'edus ne'emeres ba'amida, and testimony is always given standing. Aval b'leil haseder lo hitzricha lomar Hallel ba'amida, b'pnei shechol ma'aseh laila zed derecheros. However, on the night of Pesach, we sit down when we say Hallel because everything is done in the mode of freedom. But we've said that also we don't do leaning, as we mentioned yesterday, because we have still a modicum of humility, and therefore we don't want to look too relaxed, so to speak, when we're reciting the Hallel. And the custom is, of course, to say the Hallel out loud. It should be sort of a congregational type of experience. We sing with beautiful tunes, and we have responsive readings. So it's really a fun part of the Hagaddah portion before and after, and hope that everyone certainly takes advantage of knowing family tunes, common tunes that everyone can hopefully sing together. I want to wish everyone a Chodesh Tov. Can't believe that it's Rosh Chodesh Nisan already. That means we are 2 weeks away from Pesach. So hopefully this will help you all get prepared. And I wish you all a good Chodesh. Chag Kosher v'Sameach coming up. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you here next time as we study Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rav Eliezer Melamed Shlit.